Hey, energy party people. It's that time again to whew, talk about stuff and yeah, a little sense of community and hopefully some levity. And of course, we'll catch up with Coop and do some magic for the group. So, as I am smudging the space, let's listen to my beautiful theme song.
You are magic, magic. We are magic. Magic Mondays with Colleen.
And here we are again. Ooh, yeah. So, welcome, whether you're watching now or in the future. Oh, I see Dr. Shannon is watching. Hey, Shannon, is it true that you own a boat now? If so, that's very exciting. So let's go ahead and play your theme song. Give me a moment. Here we go.
Shannon is here. Hey, Dr. Shannon.
And Coop says, "Hey everyone," and his theme song will have to wait until he's here. Until I bring him on the stage. And Shannon's like, "Yes, that is very exciting, Shannon. How fun! I haven't been on a boat for quite a while. Yeah. So, I hope you're all having a nice Monday so far. Um, yeah." Like, I'm not sure what I even wanna say. Well, I wanna say nothing, but I'm here. So, yeah. So, I guess mm, so Dave and I started doing a course by a woman named Mary Morrissey. I think I did one of her courses years and years ago. And ultimately, it's about getting past your blocks to the course is called something like blocks to like secrets of unblocking your money or something like that. But it's really about becoming a vibrational match to or be in vibrational harmony with the things you want. And you can know how much of a match you are to what you want based on your current results. So, which is I like the way she explains it. It's exactly what I believe too, like in my book. One second, one second. Keep waiting. In my book,
Drink.
um, I talk about, the world is a mirror and whatever's really getting your attention, that's something that's inside you that's being reflected back. And all of it is, being reflected back. So the beauty you see in the world, well, that's a reflection back of what's inside you too. Um, yeah. Anyway, and so there are these weekly lessons, and I've just been itching for the next one because the first one was so good. I already feel a difference, and it's all about getting to your. It's not just about your conscious thoughts and correcting those, but what really gets me interested is she talks about your subconscious, and which you may or may not be aware of because that's right, they're in your subconscious. Um, and we've all been programmed, growing up. Not that anybody's a villain here. It's just, we all have our shit around things. And, however your experience is now in any particular subject, well, that's an indicator of your vibration. And when you do get into the proper vibration, or your vibrations in harmony with what you want, then it has to come to you. Like, yeah. So, for me, just putting it out there, probably said it before. Yeah, it's no big secret that yeah, I grew up with some fucked up ideas around money, And my dad admittedly back then, he's like, "Oh yeah, money was my god, and it was all about money. My parents would fight about money. My mom would feed wanna feed us healthier food, and my dad would fight her because it's about money." And man, like, dad wouldn't get too upset about if there was some big bill like, "Oh, the car needs to be fixed," or something. But man, those bills that would show up every month, and back in the day, making a phone call, a long distance phone call, oh, you're paying for that. And and every so often I'd hit a patch of like I'd be talking to somebody long distance and then it would show up on the phone bill and like dad would freak out about those or the heating bill or just those every month things he would really freak out about. Anyway, and, that's the soup, and, my parents did their best just like everyone else, so I'm not blaming them, it's just I'm noticing, like, where I'm holding blocks, and I've probably mentioned it before, but, um, I've always wanted to save the world, I've always wanted to, help people feel better, I've always wanted equality for everyone, and even said things out loud in college like, "I don't ever wanna make money." What? So a lot of my shit was even out loud. It's fascinating. So I've done a lot of cleaning up around money. Oh, and then add in being a healer, and then that has its own treasure trove of money bullshit beliefs. Like it's not spiritual to have money, or, there's all kinds of, there's a gazillion things to think about money. So I've been becoming very aware of like, "Oh, I hold some energy around that." And, and this course has been really great at bringing that stuff up. Um, and so we get our lessons. We got our second lesson today, and I was awake for some reason in the middle of the night, or for me, it's the middle of the night, like 4 in the morning. Some people get up at that time. I don't understand. Um, Yeah, and I was feeling my brain started going and festering on my new business and how it's like, ugh, like where I'm being held back is not what I expected. um, but it's all coming up for me because if it's happening to me, it's happening for me. Or as Mary Morrissey says, life isn't happening to us, it's happening through us. And yeah. And so I started festering about my new business and how it's like it works for everyone except for me. Um, yeah, it's about book arbitrage. It's about buying low and selling high on Amazon Prime. And and there is tons of money to be made, but I am not yet seeing the evidence of it. Yeah, I got my first payout from Amazon and it was tiny, tiny. Dave's all excited because he's like, "See? You've seen the whole process go through." And it's like, that's exciting, but, yeah. So anyway, it's not about like, "Oh, there's just not enough good books for me to buy, and there's something wrong with this company," or my brain goes to all these things of, like, blaming other people. It's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay." It's like there's tons of people making a lot of money from this. Um, and yeah, and there's no reason, and these aren't special people, these are just people being people and who just don't have the same blocks that I do. So to me, it's exciting because and this is for all of us, it's 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 all an inside job. So there's something in me that's holding back. Um, yeah. Anyway, so I woke up at 4 and I started dwelling and stressing. Um, and if you're somebody who doesn't wake up in the middle of the night stressing, oh, good for you. Um, or waking up in the morning and immediately stressing. So this course is a godsend and it came at the perfect time. And I'm very, very much I'm enjoying it and looking forward to each next lesson. And and I have a tendency to like, yeah, yeah, skim, skim. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm like super into it. Before I go on, let's just see. Well, first of all, Shannon said, "Come to Florida, I'll take you for a ride." Well, Shannon, if I find myself in your neck of the woods, I will be calling you for sure. I've been to Florida so many times. Um, I'm kind of over it, but you make it look really great. So anyway, but thank you for the kind invitation. And the lovely Blanca is here. So I was just thinking about you, Blanca. So let's go ahead and play her theme song before I go on. Doo, 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 doo. There you are, Blanca.
Blanca, oh Blanca,
Blanca,
thank
thank
you for
you.
showing up today. Yay!
Okay. All right. And Art and Erica are here. Oh, okay. So it says, "Hey, Colleen, better late than never. Erica can't find her phone, so we had to open the laptop to tune in." Well, thank you for going to great efforts. I appreciate it. So let's play your, what's that amazing theme song? Du- 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 du. Here we go.
Art and Erica, Erica and Art. Thank you for joining us, doing your part. Yeah!
Yeah. Seems like it's very low. Um, oh, and Yvonne, being the sweetheart, cute thing that she is, she let me know last night she wouldn't be able to watch live today. So I told her I'm going to play her song anyway. So here we go.
Yvonne is in the house. Check her out!
And while it's still 11:11 here on the West Coast, let's go ahead and look at a picture and make a wish. Wherever you are, let's make a wish. Okay. So, yeah, so I woke up like at 4 or something, and I played my stupid game that is advertised everywhere. It's probably like, yeah, it's what is it called? Royal Match. So there's so many ads for it, and they talk about there's no ads. There's no ads during the game. The ads are elsewhere. So however that works. And I was thinking like, how can it be? It's like so addictive, and it is calming. I have to say, I do enjoy helping the king, as Dave says. Um, but it's like, oh, it's probably just another way that they're spying on us or whatever. They, yeah. And I don't like to get too into conspiracy things, but I guess there's that whole thing about TikTok and how our government is saying like, oh, China is taking our information, but that's happening here too. So I think it's just kind of a smokescreen, but whatever. Yeah. So blah 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 blah. Um, yeah. Shannon says, if we came to visit, she promises to keep us away from Scientology. Oh, don't worry, Scientology took care of that for us. And as I mentioned throughout my book, it's sprinkled throughout. There are a few things I got from Scientology, and the rest of it can go fuck itself because it's horrible. It's horrible. So yeah. I'm not sorry we had the experience though. I do love a good story, and I got some amazing things out of it. Like some life-changing things happened to me as a result of doing some of their wackadoodle crazy shit. So I wouldn't trade that for anything. And that's where I met Dave too. So a fellow dabbler. And by the way, where we met, we did not sign up for that. We weren't it's not advertised as a Scientology thing. It's run by Scientologists. So yeah. Anyway, so woke up this morning, I played my silly game, um, and I was just kind of festering. And then I checked my email and I saw, oh, my new Mary Morrissey, my second of 8 lessons, they're weekly. Um, the second lesson came in, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm awake. I could just, like, start the lesson." And I'm like, "No, just knowing it's there and how much comfort I've gotten from the first one, like, okay, I'm cool. I'm gonna go back to sleep." Um, yeah, so my energy was calmed down. I fell back asleep, and then, had, a really gnarly stress dream. Yeah, it's hard to even explain because I don't know where the place was. I don't yeah, there was a whole lot of just struggle and trying to get to somewhere, but then my car's not there and oof. Um, yeah, so I figured my car was stolen and I think I was probably supposed to meet a client or something. Um, yeah. And then I woke up sometime after that. I'm not even sure how to explain it, but and I don't know if I've ever had a full-on panic attack because my understanding is if you have a panic attack, you think you're going to die. And I don't think I've ever had one of those where I think I'm going to die. And maybe part of that is because I know I can check it energetically and feel better more than likely. Um, but this was different. Um, yeah, I woke up and it was very much in my body. And yeah, I didn't want to wake Dave up. So I got up to go to the bathroom and I just sat there and cried just to try to get it out of my body. And it was not leaving. Um, yeah, I would think like, oh, I woke up and okay, it was a dream or whatever. It's like, no. Um, it's not in my body currently, so that's lovely. So I can talk about it without crying, at least for the moment. Um, yeah. So as I got back in bed and was just trying to let Dave sleep, um, and maybe fell asleep a few times, but then I'd wake up and it was like so historically, I feel my stuff. I'm pointing, if you could see, down at my solar plexus area. Um, And I cleaned up so much shit about that old knot in my stomach that I'd been feeling off and on since I was a little kid. I cleaned up so much of that in the last month or 2, as I was breaking up with my first prep center. Um, anyway, man, that brought up a lot of stuff for me. Um, but this time I was feeling it like up here, and that is not where I feel my stuff. So I didn't feel like I was dying or anything, but I couldn't hold still because I was like twitching and crying and um yeah, it was ugly. That's the best I can do. Um yeah, so poor Dave has to get into it, in it with me and help me calm down and it was bad enough when he left for work. Like usually we get up at the same time, and I spend a half hour getting his stuff ready for work, and then I go about my own day because 'cause I'm at home, so it's easy for me to do that, and I could barely even get his stuff together, and I needed to go downstairs and start checking in on myself with my pendulum. Um, yeah, and I wasn't testing as me, um, and I asked all kinds of questions and wasn't getting any good answers. But the only thing that I finally got that there was somebody dark with me, non physical, dark somebody, as in not from the light. And and I asked if he was interested in me primarily. That's the first question I ask with a dark being. And I got a no. I'm like, okay, is he interested in somebody in my world? No. Hmm. And the only thing I got a yes on was, "He's interested" cue tears, "he's interested in keeping me exactly where I am regarding my abundance blocks." Um, yeah, so I was like, "Okay, okay, interesting." So that gives me something to work with, but I wasn't getting anywhere as to, like, what I could do about it. And so I decided to just start watching as I'm still like twitching and shaking and crying, I decided to start the next lesson and then everything calmed down. And last I checked, he's not with me. Um, yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but woo, very real feeling. Um, yeah, so I'm feeling better and getting clearer on what my money blocks are, and I'm learning how to uh, retrain myself um, to think differently and start creating some new neural pathways. Uh, yeah, so I can start being a vibrational match to the y- the vast abundance. Like we're all in a sea of abundance, and if that's not being reflected back to me in certain ways, that's because there's something in me, or something in you. It's not just about me. All I can really report on is not myself at the moment. So to me, that's really the good news because I'm all about it. And I am more than willing to experience some incredible discomfort, as long as I am getting information from it and moving forward. So so it's been an interesting morning. Um, yeah. So well, let's talk enough of that. Um, let's bring up my sponsor for this week. So I'm really interested in like one of my dreams is being is for the our prison system to change and to become something that can actually, yeah, there's a way for people to come out of it and not just be harder criminals. Like that doesn't serve society. And just locking people away forever. Oof, that hits something in me that like, no, not okay. Being trapped. Oof. Anyway, so here's our sponsor, my sponsor for this week. Today's sponsor is Pros and Cons. If you're doing time, better make it rhyme. Pros and cons. That's right. Mention Magic Mondays for a free poem from a prisoner. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. Um, yeah. So let's go ahead and look at something else. Let's go to what I call my credo. And here we go. The universe isn't a conspiracy for our happiness. The universe always has our backs. Therefore, if it's happening to us, it's happening for us. So, what is the universe bringing to my attention or our attention for our highest growth, healing, and happiness? Yeah. And if you're by any chance of the mindset that like shit just happens to you and that's just how it is, well, that's one way to look at it. But man, is that not an empowering way to look at it? Um, yeah. It's like if you think everything is outside of you, it's just a reflection of what's going on inside of you. So, so there. And let's go ahead and read the Rumi poem that I love so much. The Guest House. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes because each of us has been sent as a guide. Each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Thanks, Remy. Um, yeah. And, this morning when I was just shaking, and it's like, as I mentioned before, it's like I'm a robot and it's like ping, ping, like circuits are doing whatever circuits do when they're not working properly. Um, yeah. Um, Gratefully, he's especially when he's not in a triggered place, he's able to just hold space for me and remind me, like, wow, some big stuff is really coming up for healing. Like, yeah, it really is. So I do welcome all of that, but not easy. Yeah, but I get tremendous relief from knowing that, okay, the fact that I am not kicking ass yet in this new business that I'm still learning about. Like, I'm so on my back about, like, it should be done right now because, of course, there's 1 or 2 people who start out and within a month, like, "Oh my god, I've already made $1,000." Like, "Okay, good for you." And I wish everyone well, but man, ugh. Yeah, and then that if I'm not careful, then that can lead me to, well, I'm a failure and I'm not doing it right and everyone gets it except me. Um, and I know any few fellow humans watching this can't relate at all. Just kidding. Um, I know you can. Yeah. Whoo. And I've always been super hard on myself. Once again, I'm sure you can't relate. Oh, I'm so glad I scratched my forehead so I can leave a red mark. Good. Anyway, see? Hard on myself. Jeez. Um, yeah, I remember my parents telling me at one point, like, "Yeah, we didn't have to get on your back about homework because you were just so hard on yourself. We didn't need to step in there." My brothers were completely the opposite, like not doing their homework and getting in trouble and oh, stop, my phone. Anyway, yeah. So I'm so hard on myself, and it's like I have to keep reminding me that okay, not only am I starting a new business at 58 years old, um, and taking on it's a lot of sitting at the computer, it's a lot of technology, it's a lot of moving parts, which once everything is settled will be, I believe, will be fun. Um, yeah. Um, Yeah. So I'm starting a new business. Oh yeah, I remind myself I'll be in the thick of hell and then like, "Oh yeah, I wrote a book that I believe can be very helpful for people." So there's that in that whole process, which, is I'm in the thick of it and it's still a lot of it is a mystery to me. Because it's not I'm used to me doing all the things instead of like, oh, there's like all these other people involved here, all these moving parts of my book. So I've got the moving parts of my new business as I'm learning that. Um, and then the moving parts of publishing a book. Um, and what's the other thing? Oh, yeah. Well, my regular job, which is my passion, is energy work, and I love doing sessions for people, but money-wise, like, it takes even though I'm sitting on my ass doing it, it always surprises even me over and over again how much energy it takes, and so it's like, well, if I would have to run myself into the ground to make the kind of money that I would like to make. Um, so yeah, that's why I was open to this other business venture. But no matter how much I might seem like I'm whining, I'm just reporting really, um, how much I've got going on. If you need an energy healing session, we'll make it happen because there's nothing more fun than a cool energy work session as far as I'm concerned. Well, other than hanging out with Dave. Um, yeah, so don't ever let my whining stop you if you need a session. Um, yeah. Whew. Okay. So, that being said, is there anything else I want to talk about? Oh, well, something happened yesterday that I feel kind of bad about, but I had to speak my truth. And so Dave has uh, a patient, well, one second. Okay, Blanca said something and she says random. She's not kidding. Random. I watched Dead Boy Detectives on Netflix. I have no idea what that is. But I'll be on the lookout. Dead Boy Detectives. Hmm. I don't know what to say about that. But anyway, is that a recommendation perhaps? Uh, yeah. So anyway, Dave wanted to make a video for a patient who. So Dave and I, everyone knows we do usually like a once a week. It's an enema series, Having a clean colon is really important, and it's not just about pooping regularly. That's good too. But staying, nice and cleaned out, is a great thing. Uh, Even if it sounds gross, whatever, everybody poops. Like, everybody. Julia Roberts, that's right, she poops. You know who else poops? Super hot Ryan Gosling. Yep, they all do. We all do. So we do a series, and one of Dave's male patients had mentioned, like, he does enemas, but Dave had mentioned, like, we do this 3 enema series, and the guy's like, "What? Like, on the same day? Like, what? That doesn't make sense." And I understand. I write about it in my book. Because when I first read about it, I was like, what? And no, thank you." But I read it, and I'm like, "I have to read more because this is batshit crazy sounding." And then I read it, and I'm like, "Oh my god, every cell in my body is like, I'm gonna do this." And we've been doing it for years now, and it's just a part of our, we don't do it together, our weekly, part of our self-care. And so Dave wanted to make a video for his patient to show, like, well, we have it systematized, whatever. Um, and it involves just using mason jars, quart mason jars, and blah blah blah. And it's this whole thing. And so Dave thought he'd make a video to make it, like, spell it out for his patient in case he wanted to try it. Um, yeah, and so he spends the day carefully filming and then editing and all of this stuff. He did a voiceover, and then finally he's all proud and, like, he's like, "Will you come and watch it?" And I'm like, "Sure." And it was only like a minute and 45 seconds, I think. And I started watching it, and mm, so the information was fine, but mm, so as he was filming it, so he filmed it on our kitchen counter, and then there was a view of our stove, and then maybe in the bathroom. And yeah, the house we're renting, it's got its flaws. So some of those were highlighted, which I don't care for. Um, but, like, he had close-ups of the sink, and it had, like, coffee all over it and coffee grounds, and then, like, the stove, like, I cleaned it, like, last week, but I haven't wiped it down this week yet, and so, like, there's some tomato sauce on there from the other day, and it's just, like, dirty looking, and then there's a close-up of this one spot in the bathroom that's, like, eroding away from water because our landlord kind of isn't on top of shit like this. So we just live here. I love this house, but it's a little bit funky. And so I just, so there were all these close-ups of all these things that I just could not take. And then he also had a picture of his enema tip. Yes, we have separate ones. Yeah, and it's clean. Clean the fuck out of it. But it's like every part of it, like, I'm not okay with this. This looks like some I know this sounds like ego, and maybe it is, um, but I just couldn't take it, and I'm not okay with him. I told him, "Okay, you can give it to this one guy first," but, like, he was hoping, like, he could use this to give to other people, and it's like, "No." And I'm like, "Can you see my point of view?" There was more to it, I'm not remembering, whatever. And he's like, "I'm trying," but he was just super disappointed, and but yeah, and it kinda sounded too complicated. Yeah, he brought in way too many details that are unnecessary, and it's like, it was heartbreaking, but I had to tell him, "This is, like, not okay with me. It's just not. It's just not." And there's nobody in this world that I wanna support more, especially when he's, like, created something, but fuck. Yeah, it just yeah. And so he finally, like, we just didn't talk for, we didn't fight. He was just hurt for a while, and finally we were fine. And he'll just have to redo it or not do it at all. Like, This was just some little thing. And it turns out what he was feeling upset about is that he felt like he wasted his time. And it's like, you didn't waste your time. You made something, you tried to make something really great for a patient of yours. He's always going that extra mile for people in his life that he cares about. Um, anyway, so boring story, but yeah, I'm not even sure why I shared it. So anyway, thanks for listening. Okay, I think it's time for Coop to come on and very likely save the show. Okay, so without further ado, let's bring on Coop, shall we?
Ooh, ooh, we're catching up with Coop. We're catching up with Coop. Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
hey everybody.
Whew. How are you today?
I'm good. I guess I want to. Yeah, I really don't want to go into too much detail on my own personal situation, but just say so. What you were talking about earlier is really resonating with me. I got my mind on my money and my money on my mind. So that's kind of I'm pretty much out of money, and the plan I had with the loan signing agent thing isn't really working out as far as the volume goes. You do like 2 a day, and I'm doing like 2 a month. So right now I'm kind of scrambling for anything I can do remotely here at home. So even if it's like $17 an hour, I'm going to do it. So yeah, so I need something like this week. So if anybody has any ideas or even just good thoughts, send them my way. That's all I'm about right now. Is just finding something to do, get some cash coming in. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, keep in mind, it's an inside job. So, what is it in you
yeah,
that,
no, I mean there's stuff out there. I see. I mean I'll do like do remote customer service. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. There's lots of stuff
you
out
know
there.
what
I
I'm
don't
saying? I understand you'll do whatever you need to do, but it starts in you.
exactly.
It starts in all of us. So,
Yeah, no, I'm ready to go. I just need to. I just my original plan, and hopefully it'll eventually end up panning out, and then I'll. I mean, but yeah, yeah, I can see the end of the month coming up pretty quick, so I need to get some stuff going. If I have to go like Wendy's or something like that, I'll do that too. I don't care.
yeah. Oof. A lot of stuff coming up. Well, how about we get to the magic then?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so let's do a quick grounding. I'm gonna ground from the spot that was really getting to me today. So I'm gonna ground from my heart chakra. You can ground from whatever you want. Heart chakra is green, so here we go. So we're focusing on our heart chakra energies and we're expanding out that beautiful green light, our very, very powerful heart chakra energy emanating out, 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 and down into beautiful Gaia, Mother Earth, setting down big, big grounding roots for us. And we're going to open up our crown chakras and allow in the cosmic energy to come in, and we're going to bring up some of Gaia's energy to meet up with the cosmic energy to create an interface between heaven and earth through us. So that being said, let's put out a call for any stuck souls that need an exit strategy or strategy if they prefer. Yeah, how are we 38 minutes already in? Fastest time. Yeah, it's crazy how fast it goes. Anyway, so putting out a call for any dead people that need an exit strategy back to home. So are there any dead people that, well, first of all, it's safe and appropriate to do energy work for the group today? Yes. It's unsafe? No. Okay, good. I have somebody dark with me. No. Good. My name is Colleen. Yes. Okay, good. Do we have any dead people that are ready to move on to the light? We do. Okay. Would Jesus be the best escort? Yep. Jesus, are you ready? Yep. Okay. Give us a moment. Say goodbye to your little friends. Okay. Have we successfully released these dead people to the light? Yep. Thanks, Jesus. Okay. So, is there something energetic for us to do for the group today? Yeah. This is on my master menu. Yeah. This is in column A. Yeah. In column B? No. Okay. Column A in an odd numbered row? Yes. In row 1, 3. Okay. So, negative portals. So let's see what resonates here. All right, this is a dimensional spiral portal. No, this is a seal 'em up. Yep, this is in column A. Yes, in an odd numbered row. No, in row 2. Yes. Okay. Wow, this seems like this comes up a lot during my show. Um, Unsupported. So a negative portal that resonates as unsupported. So it's safe and appropriate to seal up this unsupported negative portal for whoever needs it watching now or in the future. Yep. Are we ready? Okay. That's a yes. Give me a moment. All right. Have we successfully sealed up this unsupported negative portal for the group? Yes. Okay. So is there something else to do for the group today, magic-wise? Yes. This is in column A. Yes. In an odd-numbered row. No. Okay. In an even-numbered row. Yeah. In row 2, 3, 4. Wow, it's so small. Let me support my elbow. See if I can hold my hand steadier. So this is in an odd-numbered row. No. It's an even-numbered row. Yeah. Okay. Woo. All right. This is in row 2. No. In row 4, 6, 6. Okay. Our winner is there's a vulnerability to mend in our energy fields or somebody's energy field. Okay. So it's safe and appropriate to seal up this vulnerability in our energy fields. Yes, we're going to use a magic doorway to do that. Yep. This magic doorway is in column A. No. Column B. Column B, yes. In an odd numbered row, no. In row 2. Okay, freedom to love work. Okay. All right. So it's safe and appropriate to run our energy field, these vulnerabilities in our energy fields through this magic doorway called freedom to love work. Yep. Are we ready? We are. All right. Give me a moment. And in case you're making it like freedom to love your vocation, doesn't have to be just that. It can be your personal work, spiritual work, whatevs. Okay. So have we successfully mended this vulnerability in our energy fields? We have. Okay. Is there something else energetic to do? Kind of trip out with my hand being like giant, but anyway. Okay. So there's something else energetic to do for the group today. Yes. This is in column on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A. No. It's in column B. Yeah. Okay. This is in an odd numbered row. No. An even numbered row. Yes. In row 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 8, 16. No. 18, 18. Okay. All right. Well, this is that self-punishment physical breakthrough. That feels very, for what it's worth, feels very witchy to me. Yay, witches. Okay. So it's safe and appropriate to do self-punishment physical breakthrough for the group. Yep. Am I going to be the one doing it? Yep. This is safe and appropriate from the light. Are we ready? We are. Okay. Here we go. All right. We successfully completed this self-punishment physical breakthrough process for the group. Watching now in the future. Yep. Cool. I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but it's so nice. Like I've gotten a couple messages from somebody who she usually can't watch live because she's at work, but then she checks out the Magic Mondays later, and she sent me at least two messages now on two separate occasions. Like, wow, another one was it was like it was made for me. It's like, oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
And then there was an emoji with her brain exploding. And she keeps telling me, I'm going to call you and tell you all about it. She's so busy and she's a young mother. And yeah. Um, yeah. But it's like, oh, that's so nice. Anyway, okay. So, all right. So, is there something else energetic to do for the group today? Yes. This is on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. Yes. Is there a monkey involved? Yes. Okay. Too many yeses makes me question. And rightly so. So there are, just in case you're wondering, there are no monkeys here. So, but if there was, could it be Mike Nesmith circa, circa 50 years ago? Oh, and his beanie. Oh, here I am. I'm doing the mic. Oh my God. I used to come home from elementary school and watch the Monkees.
Yes,
And I
I
was
love
always
it.
hoping, please be a Mike song. Papa Jean's Blues. It's like probably my favorite. Anyway, okay. Uh, there is something to address. Yes. My name is Colleen. No. Okay. That's the problem. All right. So, I'm testing as someone else. Yes. I'm testing as someone in non-physical form. No. I'm testing as a human on the planet. Yeah. Okay. This human on the planet is somebody who has checked in today. Yes. Okay. This is a male. This is a male. Yeah. It's a female. No. Okay. So 1 second. Let me just see. Um, okay, Blanca, I'll read what you wrote in just a second. So it looks like the two dudes I know about are Coop and Art. So this is for Art. Yes. This is for Coop. Yes. This is for Blanca. No. Okay, I get it's for both of you, both you dudes. All the young dudes. Okay. All right. So I'm testing as Coop and Art. Okay. So there's something energetic to do for Coop and Art? Yes. Do we need to check for usual suspects? No. This is something on my master menu? Yes. This is in column A? No. In column B? Yeah. In an odd numbered row? No. In row 2? 4? 6? Mystery work. Okay. So we need to do some mystery work for Art and Coop. Yes. Can that be at the same time? No. Okay. So we're gonna start with Art. We're gonna start with Coop. Okay, we're gonna start with Art. Okay. Do I need any conscious information about this? Nope. Okay. It's safe and appropriate from the light to do some mystery work for Art. Okay, Art. Here we go. Give me a moment. And if there's anything coherent to report, I will. Otherwise, I'll just make sure I've completed it and we'll move on to Coop. So give me a moment. Okay. All right. Have we successfully completed this mystery work for art? We have. Art, if I could explain that, I would, but it was lovely, and I hope it helps. So that it's probably unsatisfying. Yeah. Just felt kind of like a disconnect between your inner light and all the stuff that's waiting for you. Anyway, okay, so are we complete with art? We are. Okay, so we're going to do some mystery work for Coop. Okay, this is safe and appropriate from the light. Yes. Anything I need to understand consciously before? Nope. Okay, so give me a moment. This is for you, Coop. Okay. All right. So have we successfully completed this mystery work for Coop? Okay. So there was a visual that I can't really explain, but an affirmation came up. So if you choose to use it, but let me first make sure it's accurate. Um, so is the affirmation for Coop, and this isn't only for Coop. This is a good one for everyone. The affirmation for you, Coop. What the affirmation for you, Coop, is I am enough.
Okay. All right. I
Yeah.
like that.
I think, um, one second. I even have it written on our chalkboard, where I used to. I am enough. Um, Yeah, well, that's a big one for a lot of people. Anyway, okay, so is there anything else to do for Coop? No, so we're complete with Coop. Yes. Okay, is there anything else to do for the group today, magic wise? Yes. Oh, but I wanted to see what Blanca said. She said she's at bank 02. Then I got a check for 60 plus for a class settlement for an old job. I was laid off and started crying, even though it was the worst place ever. I am with a staffing agency. She said that's totally what I need, the freedom to love my work. Um, so work stuff. So she says she has some customer rep offers, but she loves data management, promotions, and videos. So all right. Well, just keep in mind for if it helps you at all, if you're not seeing the evidence of what you're wanting, there's something inside that's holding it back. Because the universe wants to give you everything you want, but if you're not a vibrational match, you know, there's ways to deal with that. For us, we're doing a course, and it's absolutely lovely. If you ever want the details on it, I'd be happy to send them to you. Um, yeah, I see a doggy. Okay, so is there one more thing we can do for the group today? Yes. Okay, this is on my master menu. Yes, this is in column A in an odd numbered row. No, in row 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 10. Okay, the ever popular atrophied frozen emotions or atrophied emotions. So this is a frozen negative emotion. No, this is an atrophied positive emotion for the group. Yes, this is in column A in an odd numbered row. No, in row 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Atrophied energy of excitement. Okay. Anything else we need to understand about this in order to disrupt this pattern? Nope. So it's safe and appropriate to disrupt this pattern of atrophied excitement for whoever needs it, watching now or in the future. Yep. We're going to use a bypass circuitry to disrupt this pattern. We are. Okay. All right. So it's bypass circuitries in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1, 3, 5, Awakening to your power. Okay, so Gaia, are you ready to facilitate the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this atrophied energy of excitement for whoever needs it, watching now or in the future? Yep. This is safe and appropriate from the light. Yep. Are we ready? Okay, Gaia, do your thing. I'm going to be quiet and hold space. Okay, Gaia, have you successfully facilitated the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this atrophied energy of excitement for whoever needs it, watching now or in the future? Yep. Thanks, Gaia. You're awesome. Okay, is that a good place to stop for today? Yepers. Okay. What did I say about yepers?
Yes.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I hope you all have a lovely week. And yeah. And I'm going to go do something nice for myself before I go to one of my jobs today to do a session. Yay. Yeah. So any closing words, Coob?
Nope. I have a like dog in my face.
Yeah.
So I'm having a hard time concentrating.
Yeah. So, okay. Oh, and Laura is here. She says, have a good week, guys. And let's go ahead and play her song real quick. What's in here? There you are, Laura.
Laura, it's Laura, and Laura is here. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura. Okay. Yeah. So I hope you all have a beautiful week. I hope my week gets smoother. Coop, I hope you connect with some good money-making opportunities. And yeah, I love you, Coop, and I love you all. And I'll, yeah, let me know if I can be of any assistance to you. And I'll see you next week. So let's say goodbye with my beautiful theme song. Oh, and what real quick, Art and Erica say, good luck on your money manifestation, Coop. All right. All right, everyone. So we will see you next Monday. Bye.
You are magic, magic. We are magic. Magic Mondays with Cole.